Now today I thought I'd make up a chicken stew. Now it's a nice simple dish because we're going to cook it all in the one pot. We're going to add some vegetables, we've got some pancetta and some beans. Now it all comes together at the end and makes something really scrummy. Serve it up with a little bit of crusty bread and you've got a delicious meal. So give it a go. So for making up this chicken stew, I'm just going to go through the ingredients we're going to use. Now I've got my chicken there. I'm going to use 6 chicken thighs. I've chosen thighs because I think they're really nice in stews. These ones are on the bone because again I think the bone gives it a little bit extra flavour. Now I take the skin off and remove most of the fat, so 6 chicken thighs. Pancetta, 265 grams, and this one's smoked pancetta. Now vegetable wise, you can mix and match whatever you've got, want to use up. Now I've got a good handful of these potatoes. These are called Charlotte potatoes, like new potatoes. You know, you can cook them for ages and they don't all disintegrate. 3 or 4 smallish carrots, just gonna, you know, slice those down. 3 cloves of garlic, 1 onion, and then I've got 3 smallish leeks. So again, you know, cut those down really nice in the stews. Peas. Now peas, frozen peas, I'm just going to add those towards the end, you know, in the last minute or two. Just put the peas in, adds a bit of colour, a little bit of flavour. Now I've also got some bay leaves, 3 bay leaves, fresh thyme, just strip the leaves off, oregano, dried oregano, probably use 1 to 1.5 teaspoons of dried oregano. Stock. Now I'm going to use chicken stock, probably with about 500, 600 millilitres of boiling water. Enough water that it just covers everything really is what you want to use. White wine. Now we're going to use that to deglaze the pan once we sort of fried off the meat, and it just adds a lovely flavour. You burn off the alcohol and you're left with that lovely flavour of the wine. Use a reasonable wine, don't use cheap nasty stuff, use one that's, you know, halfway decent. Beans. Now I'm going to use 2 cans of beans. You can mix and match whatever ones you want to use. I'm going to use these ones, borlotti beans, and these ones, haricot beans. Just put them in a sieve, rinse them under cold water to wash off, you know, if they're a bit salty, and then we can add those into the stew probably in about the last 5 minutes or so. Salt and pepper seasoning, you know, get it well seasoned. And then finally, we've got some extra virgin olive oil, which I'm going to be using for frying off the chicken, pancetta and the onions. So there's all the ingredients. What I'm going to do is get it all washed up, go over to the hob and get on with the cooking. So I've come over to the hob, I've got it all laid out, it's all washed and prepared, so keeps your life nice and simple. Now what I'm going to do is start off with a little bit of olive oil in the pan and we're going to start browning off the chicken. That's it, give it a good glug. Now switch the heat on. Now I'm just going to start on medium and then we can always turn it down if it's too hot. But medium heat, get it going. Now whilst I'm waiting for the oil to heat up, I'm just going to season, a good bit of seasoning on the chicken. So salt and pepper. Do the black pepper. Now the pan's just coming up to heat and I put a good bit of seasoning on the chicken. Try and sort of rub it in a little bit, and then we're just going to pop those in there. That's it. Now I've had them cooking for about 3 minutes on one side, so carefully try and flip those over. And so we're just trying to get a nice colour on it. So flip them all over, try and build the colour up. And again, I've just been cooking them a few minutes on the other side, so flip them back again. Like that. So I'm just going to move those over. So what I'm going to do next is put the pancetta in there. Get that to move around. Oh, smelling good, so good. Now I might as well go in with the onions. We've got the garlic. Probably got the leeks in there as well. Messing around, I might put the carrots in, be done with it. And just give it all a little quick move around. Now I'm going to turn the heat up. I'm going to put in the wine. Put a good splash of the wine. And that also helps to sort of lift, you know, deglaze the pan, sort of anything stuck to the bottom of the pan, a little bit of liquid there, and it's going to give it a wonderful flavour. So just reduce that down a little bit. Once it's reduced down, we can put, you know, some of the other ingredients, there's herbs, and get the stock in there and just make this a really nice stew. Now I've got my herbs, and what you want to do at the time, you normally just sort of strip it off the sprue like so. Now I've already done mine, so just sprinkle those in. Got the bay leaves, pop those in as well. Strip the last one of those. That's it. Oregano, I say I'm roughly like a teaspoon, 1.5. I do. Now might as well put the potatoes in there. And now all we want to do is just give it a quick move around and add the stock. Right, let's get the stock. Now for the stock, just put the cube in there. That's half a litre, so 500 ml. Let's see how we go. I say you can always add stock, but you only want enough to almost cover it. I'm just going to add a little bit to get that last bit out of there. Oh yeah. Now that's sort of boiling away, what I'm going to do is turn it down. Pop a lid on that. Now what you want to do is leave it on a fairly low simmer, you know, just simmering away, sort of bubbling away very gently. Now really you want to leave this, I would say, for a best part of an hour. So come back, you know, every now and again, just give it a little stir around, and we just leave it and come back in an hour. Now I've been cooking that chicken stew for just over an hour, actually about 1 hour 15 minutes, so 75 minutes. Now I just want to check the chicken, see how that is, so let's just get a little bit there in front. Look at that, nice and soft. And you know, the potatoes, they would have softened down, so that's all good. Now what we can do is first of all taste it. Let's see what we got here. Just get a bit of the juice. Oh, that's really lovely flavour. You've got the mixture, a little bit of wine, and the meatiness from the pancetta, the chicken flavour. That is really delicious as it is there. Now what I am going to do is add those beans. So got the haricot beans. I've rinsed those off under cold water. I had a colander, a little sieve, and just rinse them all, you know, because otherwise sometimes it can be really salty. Give those a little move around, get them in the mixture. And then we've got the peas as well. And see, it's quite nice with the different colour beans, but you know, use whatever ones you want. You might want 2 of the same. Now what I'm going to do is just give this about 5 minutes, get it on a simmer again, so let's just pop the lid on, and then I'm just going to give it one final taste. So I've had the beans and the peas in there for 5 minutes. I reckon that's had enough cooking. So in total, I've cooked for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Now that is looking really scrummy. Now I'm going to just taste it again. Just get a little bit of everything here. So, a bit of leek, a bit more of that juice. I think I am going to add just a tad more salt. A little bit more black pepper. Just give that a final stir, and that's ready to serve up. Let's take it over the table and try some. So I'm just going to serve some of that up. Look at that. Oh, that pancetta and everything's going to be delicious. That's it. Now I'm just going to get a bit of that chicken. Yeah, I think I'll have that bit there. That looks pretty tasty bit. I might just have one more. Look at that. Two delicious looking pieces of chicken with the beans, the pancetta, wonderful flavours in there. Now, let me just show you how the chicken is. I'll just use this bit here, look. It's falling apart. Lovely. Straight off the bone. Let's try that. Really soft and delicious, that chicken. Now also, got some lovely bread. Look at that. I'm going to chop some of that off there. With the bread, we can just soak up the juices. Might get a bit more juice in a minute. Let me try that juice. Don't waste that juice. That is absolutely lovely. Thanks for watching my videos. This is a really nice, simple one pot chicken stew with the beans, the pancetta. It's delicious. Give it a go. I'll see you on the next one, the original Naked Chef.